together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The happy audience, step on this following agenda. I just persilakan to the IBI Dharma Jaya Economic and Business Faculty Dean to give her speech. To Dr. Faulani I. Santi Singagerda, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Ibu Cahyani. I forgot to mute on my microphone. Before I started to welcome lecture, I would like to greetings to Dr. Juhaini Jabar. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how are you today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Alhamdulillah. Okay, I'm glad to hear and to see you on today because our program in visiting lecture in this occasion. Okay, before we start it, I would like to say something, greeting from the Dean for the visiting lecture, University Technical Malaysia, Malacca. Okay, the Honorable Rector of the University of Technical Malaysia, Malacca, the Honorable Rector of IIB Dharma Jaya, Lampung, Indonesia, and the Honorable Associate Professor Dr. Juhaini Jabar, the Honorable Lecturer in Strategic Management Course, Bapak, and the Honorable Head of International Office, IIB Dharma Jaya and University of Technical Malacca, Malaysia, and the Honorable of all lecturer in IIB Dharma Jaya, and to all students of the IIB Dharma Jaya Management Study Program. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks be to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for blessing and gift that are given to us all today. Good morning, Tabi'un. Okay. Today, we meet to take a part in lecture on the strategic management course, even though it is done online through a Zoom meeting because the world condition, not only in Indonesia, I think in Malaysia as well, are not possible due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, it's almost a year ago occurred. And however, with the condition like this, I think we don't have to give up on the situation, and for all our activities, including learning activities, here including lecture exchange activities that have been carried out for the past few years between IIB Dharma Jaya and University Technology Malacca, Malaysia, and I will be appreciated. And starting today, the activity will starting today for the next 2 weeks during our 2 meeting, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope our student will get the opportunity to gain the knowledge and information from the Utem lecturers, especially for knowledge related to management strategies. And in this course, our student will be able to discuss conduct the question and answer question, and even the conduct comparative studies of the latest business cases that have occurred in Indonesia, Malaysia, and of course in international. And I have very hopefully, as the Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Business Dharma Jaya, for this activity, I hope the student not only learn in the theory, but also can explore more the experience from the lectures from UTEM. And I'm sure that this activity will be great benefit to all our students in Dharma Jaya, especially in management program studies. And especially for Dr. JUHAINI Jabar, representative Chancellor of Director of EEB Dharma Jaya, and all entire academic community of EEB Dharma Jaya, I would like to say thank you very much and very high appreciation to you for feeling willingness to be able guiding and teaching in this course, which is intended for the 7th semester, if I'm not mistaken, 7th semester, and EEB Dharma Jaya students. And also to the UPT International Office, Bapak Duyan, and then the Management Study Program, and also the lecturer of the course, Bapak Miss Swan, here, as well as the lecturer who were present at the Zoom meeting. I also express my highly appreciation and gratitude for the cooperation and participation. And of course, for all my lovely students here that already attend since the morning. And hopefully, this activity will continue not only EEB Dharma Jaya accept the lecture from the UTEM, Dr. JUHAINI, to teach in the faculty in EEB Dharma Jaya, but also can be able to teach or visiting in UTEM next time.
Hopefully that the pandemic will end soon, inshallah.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Okay. And in conclusion, I would like to thank you and congratulations for the management study program and UPT of International Office EEB Dharma Jaya, and especially to Faculty of Economics and Management UTEM, University Technology Malacca, Malaysia. And I hope this activity will run smoothly, success until the last meeting of the visiting lecture. So good luck and enjoy the program. And thank you very much for all. I would like to say, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks to IBI Dharma Jaya Dean for her remarks. And now, let's continue to greeting from Head of International Office IBI Dharma Jaya to Mr. Muhammad Duyan Aditama MPD. Time is yours.
All right, thank you. Our honorable guest from University Technical Malaysia Malacca, Dr. JUHAINI Jabar. How are you today? Okay.
Alhamdulillah, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And then our honorable the Dean of Faculty of Economy and Business, Dr. Faurani Santi Singagerda. And then the lecturers who have already joined, and our beloved students. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This morning is very special day, yeah, very honorable day for all of us, because this occasion is very rare to all of us, because we have visiting lectures, activity or agenda by inviting the lecturers from University Technical Malaysia Malacca. And first of all, I would like to say thank you and express the sense of gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who have already give His blessing, health, and others, so that we can join this agenda today. And I would like to say Allahumma sholli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad, who have already guide us until this era. And As we know that this pandemic is happening today, and there are many obstacles and of course opportunities for us to continue our learning. And because of this occasion, we should not be say down to all of us, because we have another method to continue our learning by online learning. So that is right now we have to do the online visiting lectures, yeah, especially by inviting the lecturers from University Technical Malaysia Malacca, like Dr. JUHAINI Jabar at this moment, at this first meeting. Welcome, Dr. JUHAINI Jabar. And tomorrow we have also another meeting, yeah, another meeting session brought by Dr. Fazli, and then the others, yeah, we still have another meeting until 14 January 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I really motivate to all students who have already joined this agenda, this activity, because what we have to do is that International Office of Institute of Informatics and Business Dharma Jaya always provides, yeah, the international educational program, yeah, like a student mobility, yeah, joint research, and then now is virtual visiting lectures, yeah. And then I also would like to inform to all of us here that we have already have a good collaborations, a better collaborations between Dharma Jaya, yeah, Institute of Informatics and Business Dharma Jaya, and University Technical Malaysia Malacca from 2013. That was wonderful collaborations. We have already conducted the student mobility, yeah, joint research, internship, and then right now we have two students, Dr. JUHAINI Jabar, who have already conducted the research supervisions under the Utem lectures. And I hope it will continue very well and smoothly, and we can continue our cooperations for the next future. And for the students who have already joined right now, please be active. Yeah, if you have a question, comment, and others, this is a very rarely situation, circumstances to all of you. Yeah, because we have lecturers from Malaysia, yeah, and it is very good opportunity and time for all of you. Yeah, and then I think that's it. Yeah, what we have, what I have to say today, and again to Dr. JUHAINI Jabar, Dr. Foreign Isanti Singagarda, and others. Thank you very much for your coming and participation to give time here. Okay, I would like to close my speech. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks to Head of International Office IBI Dharma Jaya. A happy audience. Next up is photo session. All the participants requested to activate the camera. Please, participant, to activate the camera.
Oke, semuanya bisa diaktifin ya kameranya. I'm sorry, Dr. JUHAINI Jabar, we use Indonesian. Ya, semuanya dari mahasiswa bisa diaktifin, di turn on kameranya ya, kita mau foto bareng ini.
Okay, ready, sir.
Okay, the first slide.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, cheers. Okay. Now we move to the second page. Okay, please wait a moment. Okay, 3, 2, 1, cheers. Okay, wait a minute. To the third page. 3, 2, 1, cheers. Okay, wait a moment. Okay, in the last page. 3, 2, 1, cheers. Okay, Ms. Chayani, time is yours.
Okay, thanks to all participants. Finally, before we move to the core event, we come at the end of the opening. Let us close this ceremony with reciting Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. I, as the master ceremony of the deep of my heart, I do an apologies for my mistakes while in hosting this event. Thank you very much for your attention. We look forward to seeing you at our next event. I wish you all a pleasant day and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, a happy audience. Now let us toward the core event, visiting lecture from University Technical Malaysia Malacca with Associate Professor Dr. JUHAINI Jabar. The class will be guided by Mr. Miswan Gumati MBA as a moderator. To Mr. Miswan Gumati MBA, please welcome.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Cahyani. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good mornings, Professor Madya, Mrs. Dr. Juhaini binti Jabar.
Morning.
And thank you for come to the IB Dharma Jaya. And then Her Excellency, our Dean of Faculty Economic and Business, IB Dharma Jaya, Mrs. Faurani. And I'm very honored to be the moderator of today's discussion in the honor of the visiting lecture of Mrs. Juhaini Jabar from University Technical Malaysia Malacca. And also it is our great honor that Mrs. Juhaini Jabar, during her, I'm not quite sure, this is first visit or second visit of IB Dharma Jaya. I'm hoping this is the first visit, is that right? Yeah, this is the first visit. Although only through Zoom, has take opportunity to meet the lecturer and the student of IB Dharma Jaya. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and before we continue, we will look for first about the curriculum vitae of hers, and I have to read one by one. This is too many. She got her bachelor degree from the University of Putra, Malaysia, and her majoring is in the finance, business administration. 2003, I mean, and then she continued her study for the postgraduate or master degree for MBA at the 2005 at the University Shah Alam. Is that right? University Technology Mara. Is that right, ma'am?
Yes, correct.
And then she continued for the PhD at the 2011 at the business management at the University South Australia. Instead of that, she also have the certified financial planner, which is issued by the professional body Financial Planning Association of Malaysia. We call that FPAM. That's so much about the education of the Mrs. Juhaini Jabar. And also during her teachings interest, this mostly is about the technology entrepreneurship business, and also technology transfer in business. So she's very expert on the entrepreneurship and technology business. And also for the postgraduate, she interest teaching is in the managing innovation and technology change, strategic technology management, and research methodology. About his career, this is too many. I don't think I can read this all. Maybe I will take some. Is it okay, ma'am? She's the Dean, Faculty of Technology Management and Technopreneurship, University Technology Malaysia Malacca, 2009 until present, and also Director, Center of Entrepreneurship, Technopreneurship and Development, 2017 until 2019, and more. So I don't think I have to read this very much. And then I think I have to see from the other things. This is from the award. This is very nice things for the award. 2011, she got the consolation prize for Anugerah Academic Harapan, University Technical Malaysia, Malacca, and also 2015, he got Best Paper Award at the 3rd International Conference on Technology Management on the Entrepreneurship, Malacca. 2013, Anugerah Penghikmatan Cemerlang, Fakulti Pengurusan Teknologi dan Tekno Usahawan. 2012, she got highly commended award winner at the Emerald Literary Network Award from UK. This is very, very nice, UK. And then 2011, got excellent paper innovation management at the International Conference and Innovation Management, Singapore. And 2011, first prize award, Science and Technology Manufacture at the Malaysia Technical University International Conference of Engineering Technology, Batu Pahat, Johor. That's so far about her curriculum vitae, about the Mrs. Juhaini Jabar. Just for your information, Mrs. Juhaini Jabar, today our classes course is about the strategic management. This is for the 13 weeks of our meetings. Actually, usually we are talking for this 13 meeting is about the corporate health strategy, investment, market leader strategy, which include like corporate problem strategy turnaround, and then operating turnaround, marketing strategy to win the markets. But for you, Mrs. Juhaini, we provide the widest possible opportunity to explore more deeply further about the strategic risk management. I'm so pleased on that, Mrs. Juhaini. And during our lecture also, if you have any question for the lecture or student, you can ask directly or via chattings. I understand that maybe all the question cannot be answered directly because we don't have much time to do that. We will choose your question.
Pak Misman,
Yeah.
Pak Misman, excuse me. I'm sorry, forgive me that because there are other Zoom activity to attend the FGD of the Digital Business Study Program, and I have to lead the FGD. I will leave first, so I'm so sorry not continue this following of activity. And thank you very much, Dr. Juhaini, Pak Miswan, Bu Caca, and Pak Dwian, and we're pleased to participate in this activity because I have to leave. And thank you for Mrs. Juhaini Jabar. See you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Communicate. Okay, thank you, Pak Miswan.
Yeah. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, well, without further delay, I'm very honored to invite Mrs. Juhaini Jabar to deliver your lecture. Your time is, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning, everyone. Thank you. First of all, I would like to say thanks a lot for the lovely welcome and introduction from the moderator. And I would also like to give a big thank you to Institute Dharma Jaya for inviting me today, and including FPTT, or Faculty of Technology Management and Technopreneurship, Utem, as part of your international lecture series. So we are really honored, and we really appreciate this opportunity. So we really look forward, inshallah, in the future for us to meet face to face once the pandemic has, is over. Okay, so I would like to say good morning and thank you to also the Dean of the Faculty of Economics of IBI Dharmajaya, to the moderator, to the organizers, to the strategic management lecturer, other lecturers, the head of international office, and as well as all the students who are here today. So just to ask a question, how many students and lecturers are actually attending today? Do you have
Around
91 students.
90.
how many?
91 students.
Oh, also all of the 91 participants are students, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I will share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so thank you. I'll try my best to present the whatever is required for this topic. However, I think if there is anything that is lacking, I'm quite sure that your lecturer can top up other knowledges. So hopefully that we both can benefit from this presentation. This is also something that I'm also still learning on. So this is more of a sharing in my opinion. So basically before I start, I usually would like to tell you a little bit more about UTEM, just a little bit, just to share with you, to those who has not been here in UTEM and also FPTT. So this is me. So I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Technology Management and Technopreneurship. I'm JUHAINI. So hello everyone. This is Malaysia's map. So we are just small here. So there's Peninsula Malaysia and also in Borneo for Sabah and Sarawak. So basically Malaysia and Lampung, we are 2,839 kilometers apart, and it is very interesting, yeah, that we can be like close together with this innovation online platforms. We feel we are close although we are really far actually. So it's a very good situation to be in, although we are in the COVID pandemic. So Alhamdulillah. So where is Malacca actually? So to those who has not been to Malacca, so Malacca is a small state in the Peninsula Malaysia. So we are quite near to Singapore, separated by Johor, the state of Johor. And where is UTEM? So we have two campuses. So we are zooming to the Malacca state now. If you can see this star here, we have our main campus is in Durian Tunggal. So I'm quite sure that all of you know the durian fruit. It's very nice fruit, right? We have like a durian estate here, a small one in UTEM. So sometimes we can taste the durian when it's in season. And our faculty is situated in Aikro. So it is in the heart of all of the government agencies and also industrial place. So it's really also nice place. It's very near to the toll, whereby when you cross all the states, you need to go through the tolls. So if you come in from maybe Kuala Lumpur or from Johor, so we're just like 5 minutes from the toll. So basically, Malacca is a historical state. So we have been given the UNESCO Heritage Site. And Malacca, we have a lot of historical sites here that you can see. And I think it's not very much different from Indonesia, but we are really small. So for UTEM, we are still quite young compared to other Indonesian universities like Gajah Mada and so on. So we were established in 2000, and Alhamdulillah, we have already reached our 20th year. So quite in the middle, not really young, but not really that old, yeah. So a little bit on our faculty. So our faculty is Faculty of Technology Management and Technopreneurship, and for short we call it FPTT. And we have 4 undergraduate programs. We have Bachelor in Technology Management on Innovation. We have High Technology Marketing. We have Supply Chain and Logistics, and also one more is Technopreneurship. And we have 2 MBA specialty programs. Technology Innovation Management and Operations, Advanced Operations Management. We also have research degrees, Master Science, PhD, and our new programs, also another Master's Thought course, which is a class-based Masters of Technovation, MTV. And also we are starting our Thought course doctorate degree this year, inshallah, in the coming semester, doctorate in technology management. So if you're interested to further your studies in Malacca, by all means, yeah, please come. We welcome you here. So we are still a very small faculty. We only have 42 academics, and most of us have PhDs from all around the world. Some of us are graduated in Australia, like myself, in the UK, Japan, yeah. So there's a lot of mixture in the faculty. So yeah, that's the only things that I'm gonna share on the faculty. So hopefully that we can get to know more each other in time, yeah. So for today, these are the contents that I will be sharing with you. So first, I'll just start with a very brief introduction, and then I'll go to the corporate problems. So this is following the template that you have given me. So hopefully that I will not deviate too much. Yeah, and then we'll go a little bit on what strategic turnaround is all about, operating turnaround, and some marketing strategies to win the market. And then we'll go to a short conclusion, and hopefully we will conduct like a small activity at the end of the session. Yeah. Okay. So so for the introduction, I would like to share with you a quote from Mark Zuckerberg. So I'm quite sure that everyone is familiar with him. If you are not, then you can maybe go to Netflix. If it's in Netflix, yeah, Social Networks movie. So you can have a look at that movie. And what he says is the biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. But in business, yeah, when you say corporate strategy, you need to take calculated risks, okay, not any type of risk. So even in our lives, every step or every decision that we make will have a risk that is with it, okay. For example, you guys are now currently doing your studies. There is also risk, a risk of failure, or maybe risk of not doing well, and also other personal risk. But it is a journey, okay, satu ibadah ya yang kita jalankan bila kita sambung pengajian, okay, and it's also something that you risk also, yeah, you risk yourself doing it to gain something better in the future, inshallah. So corporate strategy is something that organizations will design to have a proper planning to take up the calculated risk. So that is why it is very important for organizations to have all these strategies, okay. So let's move ahead to, I'm going to share with you what are the 10 common problems faced by industries. So there may be more or there are some are not included here, but these are the ones that are commonly faced by organizations. So the first one is uncertainty. So as we can see in any type of business or any industry, uncertainty is something that always happens, okay. We don't know, we cannot predict the future. We cannot predict what other people will respond, how other people will respond, how the market will change, and so on, okay. Even what we are going to have during lunch later on is also, there's a lot of uncertainty. Although sometimes we plan to do something, sometimes the plan will not happen. So there's a lot of scholars or even people that have given us some advice that says, you know, you only plan and Allah will lead the rest. And also if in business, you have to have plan A and until plan maybe Z. Okay, so there's this one successful businessman saying that if plan A doesn't work, don't worry, because there are 26 alphabets in ABC, right? So you can have a lot of plannings. So in uncertainty, why, how organizations can maybe try and solve this situation is to have maybe short-term plannings and also long-term planning. So there must be a mixture and a specific strategy that an organization needs to follow. Okay, so as an organization, you cannot just, you know, leave it to fate. Okay, you need to have something planned. Okay, the second one is on globalization. So as we can see currently, even we are having this international lecture series is due to the globalization. Countries are no longer living in their own cocoons or living in their silos. They want to learn more from outside. So once internet has been innovated, the amount of information and the amount of communication has been increasing, yeah, day by day. So we cannot stop people from being globalized. Yeah? Only some countries, yeah, like North Korea, yeah, they limit themselves. They cannot go outside, or in other informations go inside. So, but there must be like a very strong control for that, for globalization not to happen there. Okay, but for other countries, you know, globalization is happening whether or not we like it or not. So if you are looking into, you are holding your handphones, for example, or looking at your laptop or computers that you are having in front of you right now, all of the parts, all of the materials that come into making that technology comes from various countries. Yeah, maybe the silica comes from certain country, maybe the other materials come from other countries, the software from other countries, and so on. So globalization comes in many different forms. Okay, so how can organization try to face this situation is to understand the international market, to learn more about other cultures, okay, to use more open communication platforms, to use this as a benefit, okay, instead of as something negative. So turn it into something positive, make use of social media, YouTube or Twitter, okay. Even the previous president of America used a lot of Twitter, but it can be a negative thing, but you can use it in a positive way, all of this globalization and all of this technology, okay? So let's move on to the third one. Another challenge, yeah, for industries, yeah, innovation can be something positive, but it can also be something that is a challenge or a problem to certain organizations. So if we are looking into small organizations, especially, it is well known that they don't really have fast innovations, or not really innovative compared to large organizations. But having that in mind, large organizations also are struggling, yeah, to be innovative and to always stay competitive and ahead of their game in terms of competitiveness. Okay, so so basically both small and large organizations are facing innovation as a challenge. Okay, it can be something positive, but it also can be challenging. Why can it be challenging? Because sometimes when you focus too much on being innovative, yeah, you will lose on your resources, because innovation, it costs a lot. Okay, it is costly, and also you need a lot of talents, you need a lot of training, you need a lot of investments to come up with innovation. So sometimes being too innovative can be detrimental to the organizations as well. So organizations need to decide how far the innovation can take place. Okay, when to innovate, they need to know when to innovate and when to just stay the same. A lot of small organizations, from the researches that we have conducted and also from literature that we read, small organizations, sometimes they don't want to change. They just want to stay the same. Okay, it is because changes requires a lot of investment in terms of money, time, and also human capital. Okay, so but we need to have a look at whether or not staying the same will be more profitable or will it lead to losses. So when you do corporate strategy, you need to minimize the losses. Okay, the changes must come with profits. All right, so the next one, the fourth common problems that are faced by organizations is when there is a change in the government policy or the regulations. Okay, when for example, Malaysia has also in this past few years has been experiencing changes in the government, in the political scenario. So there's a lot of impacts towards businesses, towards day-to-day business activities as well. And we also in the education industry also feels this tension, when there's a lot of regulations, policies are changing. But when we say industries, it will cost a lot of resources as well. So they must, first of all, be always aware of these changes. Okay, always update themselves of the new policy and regulations, because if they are not up to date and if they're not abide to all these policies and regulations, it may cause them further damage. Okay, they may be sued, or there may be fines against them, and fines to industries are not small. It will cost them millions. And we are not only just talking about money here. If they don't follow the rules and regulations, it will also cost them their image. So to improve their image, or to make their image becomes more positive again, requires more effort and more cost, compared to just losing money. Okay, so because we are talking about the trust of people that used to be their customers. Okay, so that is more costly. The branding of a certain organization is more costly than other resources. Okay, so let's move on. So the fifth one of the common problems is technology. Okay, so we also are really aware we are in the time where technology is advancing in an increasing rate. So each and every day there are new apps, mobile apps, there are developed new technologies, and currently in this COVID-19 pandemic, we are forced to use all these mobile technologies. Before this, mobile technologies have been developed to help academics, or to help the academic industry, the universities, the schools. However, we still have a choice on whether or not we want to fully utilize this online or mobile applications for our education or not. However, this scenario in this past year has forced us to do the improvements, to use the applications or the technologies. In my own experience, in Utem's own experience, we need to do a lot of crash course, a lot of trainings, short trainings. Even last year alone in 2020, there's like more than 20 trainings that have undergone short trainings to update myself on how to use all this technology. Not only students are struggling, but we also need to think of the how lecturers struggle to use all this technology and the stress that comes into when they are forced to use this technology. And in organization, when you have the corporate strategy in place, it will help to minimize the negative impacts of all these changes in the technology. Yeah. So the problem to be solved is to develop a long-term technology strategy while remaining flexible. So the Ministry of Education in Malaysia has just come out with a new information that hopefully in March that we can welcome all the students back to the campus. So currently we are working towards having that, but we are still doing the policies internally. How do we welcome all these students because the pandemic is still not 100% settled. So we still need to do like a hybrid approach to the classroom. Yeah, some may be online, some can be done through face-to-face. So that's why we need to have a flexibility when it comes to using the technology. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is we are looking into diversity. Okay, so when we say diversity, sometimes something that comes into mind may be the cultures, diverse cultures, languages, and also races that we have. Like in Malaysia, we have this main three races: the Chinese, Indian, Malays. Yeah. So, but this is not the diversity that we are talking about when we come to when we say organizational diversity. Okay, so in diversity in organizations, yes, it can come from different cultures, but we are talking about the different backgrounds, the different opinions, the different knowledge of the workers that are in the organization. So how does an organization celebrate this diversity? Okay, so we don't want everyone to be a yes man people. Yeah, so just saying yes to everything, you just waiting for tunggu saja arahan daripada atasan, yes saja. Tapi if we have that type of pekerja, that type of employees, then the organization is hard for them to grow. We need someone who has a lot of opinions, okay, ideas, who are innovative and so on. But sometimes, these type of people, if they cross the line or the boundaries, you can create like a havoc or something that is not harmonious in the organization. So what organizations need to do to overcome this is how can we celebrate these differences in a harmonious way and in a way that will benefit the organization. Okay, so we don't want to employ the same type of people throughout. We want to have different types of people with different interests, different background, different knowledge background as well. So when we have this beautiful diversity, it will help to enhance the organization. Yeah, some cases, in that has been shared in some conferences, whereby some organizations, they even ask the opinions of the security guard or the cleaner, okay, on how to do something differently. Yeah, so they were surprised on the ideas that comes from these types of workers, because they view certain problems differently, and sometimes it is refreshing for the top management to listen to their opinions. So don't be afraid to ask ideas from other people. Okay. All right. So the seventh common problems of organizations can be complexity. Okay. So we have discussed just now about the changes in terms of globalization, innovativeness, technology, the diversity, and all of this comes to complexity. Yeah. How can we make the changes? How can we adopt or adapt to all these changes, adapt to the current scenario, yeah. Adopt new technology, yeah. So all of this complexity needs to be addressed. Okay, so it is suggested that to address this complexity is through developing a better systems thinking capability. This is I've also mentioned just now, where you can ask opinions from everyone. So if you have a systems thinking capability whereby you look at from all round, from all of the dari pelbagai sudut, so that you can design a better business model, okay, to improve the products and services that you offer to your customers, right? And you, when you look in from a different angles, a lot of different angles, and you gain information from a lot of other backgrounds of people, then you will get maybe some the how to solve the complexity maybe it's not that hard. Okay, you can find some information from surprising places, yeah. Even in the health industry, okay, or the medical industry, whereby a lot of the products or innovation or technology that comes in is from a result of research that is combined from many fields, yeah, even the biofields and so on. Okay, so how to solve one single problem does not necessarily focus on just one single field. It can come from various fields, yeah. So a good systems thinking capability will really help the organization um, to address the complexity, yeah. Okay, the eighth common challenges that organizations face is information overload, and this also happens to even the best of us, yeah. I'll share my own experience when firstly we need to lock down, yeah. In Malaysia we locked down 18th March. That is the first MCO or movement control order that we need to experience, and currently we are more in the more relaxed phase whereby we can still go to work, okay, we can still go to the shops, but we need to follow all the SOPs of wearing face masks, and you know, being healthy before we enter the campus and so on. Okay, but when it was first regulated, yeah, MCO in March, yeah, there's a lot of information that we need to collect, yeah, as a dean and also as a faculty, yeah. A lot of information. For example, we need to know where the students are, any of them are sick, what zones are they in, are they red zones, green zones, and so on. Are they able to have access to the internet? And if they have access to the internet, what are the speeds, and so on, okay? So this information overload is also detrimental to the health, yeah, to the mental health of the staff as well, because we need their help to collect all this data. And sometimes the students are not communicating with them, or they are in a rural area, yeah, where they cannot communicate, because that time was the semester break, yeah. We students have students are in campus, but we need to send them back. Yeah, sorry for the information. Some students have gone back because we are going to have a study break at that time, and some students have already went back to their home place, yeah. And they don't know that suddenly there's an MCO, so all of their books are left in the campus. So a lot of information that we need to collect. So in organizations, we also will deal with these types of scenarios, yeah. Suddenly there's a new competitor, for example, or there's a new innovation, new technology coming in. So there's a lot of information that you need to collect, yeah. So how can organizations maintain the well-being of the staff, yeah? Mental health of the staff, and also the motivation of the staff is maybe to have a very clear platform of sharing the knowledge, yeah? Because we also face this struggle, and I'm quite sure that in IBI Dharma Jaya also have face this situation where you need to collect a lot of data during the pandemic to make sure that your students are safe, your staff are well, and so on. So these are the challenges that organizations need to face. Yeah. So the final two challenges that I will be sharing with you. So one is the supply chains. Yeah. So when also this pandemic has given us a lot of good examples, good case studies. Yeah. When we are forced to be locked down, yeah, to be at our homes, but surprisingly, yeah, online sales has gone up, yeah, because people cannot go out, but they still need to buy a lot of stuff, yeah, and sometimes too much stuff, eh? You sometimes buy things that you don't need because you've been browsing the internet, and there's a lot of this digital marketing advertisement that you can that you see when you look at your social media page and so on. So this leads to a lot of buying online, during the lockdown. So when you are someone who are selling these products through online platforms, you need you need a supply chain that is reliable, that is safe, yeah, to ensure the lowest cost and minimize the risk of you sending your goods to your customers. Okay, so organizations are also facing the same problems, whether or not you are online or not in the online business. So if we are learning operations management, for example, we can rely on JIT, just in time, yeah, or Kanban approach and others, yeah, to make sure that your supply is always at the optimum level. So that is why a supply chain strategy, a very good supply chain strategy, is very important as part of the corporate strategy. Okay, and finally, the 10th common problems that organizations face is having good strategic thinking and problem solving skills. Yeah, so what will organizations need to focus on is they need to be able to have a very good way of resolving or navigating to future challenges. Okay, so this will be the key to the key success to businesses. So you need to have your top management or your management teams that will have the wisdom, okay, or hindsight as we call it, yeah, or experience when dealing with challenges and also problems. So we need good leadership skills and also someone who can think, has a forward thinking skills. Yeah. So that's the 10 common problems that are faced by organizations. I'm quite sure there are more, or maybe from this 10, we can also group it into smaller groups. Yeah. So the next one that I'm going to share with you is strategic turnaround. So basically, what is strategic turnaround? Okay, so the turnaround strategy is more to how companies want to step back, yeah, when they have done something or they have conducted a decision that has negatively impacted their organization. Okay, they have experienced loss, for example, because of their particular decision. So a strategic turnaround is something that they need to do in order to help the organization from becoming more damaged in the future. Okay, so this is the basic definition. Okay, there are other definitions as well. There is more better maybe, okay, but this is simply in a nutshell what strategic turnaround is about. So once you know that, so how, okay, the question is how and when should firms conduct these turnaround strategies. Okay, but before you conduct or before you decide on what turnaround strategies you need to do, there are some indicators that you need to know. Yeah, these indicators will signal to the organizations that you need to conduct some turnaround strategies because you are having a problem now. Okay, so some people, us as a human beings, sometimes we are oblivious, or we're not aware of the problems that we face. Sometimes other people need to point it at us. Yeah, so as a management team in the organization, you need to have a constant reminder, or you need to look at, review constantly where you are, your current strategy. Yeah. So basically, I'll share with you 8 indicators to conduct strategic turnaround. When you have any of these indicators, okay, this will signal to the organization that you need to do something. Okay, you need to do a turnaround strategy, right? To save the company, and to have a bigger picture, to think in terms of a bigger picture. Because sometimes what happens is the top management or the leaders, they don't want to say that they are wrong. Okay, they don't want to admit that their decision is something that is a poor decision, or wrong decision that causes losses to the organization. But leaders, those who have wisdom and very good leadership quality, they must know when to admit that they are wrong. Okay, and the earliest possible that they admit that this is a wrong step, the more losses that they can save the companies. So I just read very quickly. So one is when company has experienced continuous losses. Yeah, losses can happen like in a short period, and then they sometimes will boost back to profits, because losses happens when you, for example, you introduce a new product, okay, and you still need to convince your customers that these are the products that they need to buy. So maybe in a few months or the first year, sometimes you will experience some losses, but then they will pick up. But if the losses has been continuously and it's been decreasing, from month to month, then something is really wrong somewhere. Okay. Number 2, when you can see a poor management is happening. For example, if there's a lot of employees are complaining about stress, depression, but there's nothing that the management is doing to overcome this situation, or when you know that someone is using the company's money in a wrong way, but nobody is taking charge. So you can see a very poor management there. So it is time to conduct a turnaround. Thirdly is a wrong corporate strategy. So these are sometimes when you plan, it looks good on paper, but sometimes it is the wrong strategy. A very good example in Malaysia, for example, when we experience the change in terms of the political scenario, some strategies may no longer work, so they need to do some turnarounds. So corporate strategy, sometimes when you're planning, sometimes it looks okay, but then when you've done it, it's completely not suitable. But some strategies you can see from the beginning it's not suitable, but then maybe because no one is brave enough to tell the top management that this is wrong, so they continue on doing it. So once you can see there's a continuous losses and so on, you need to stop and do a turnaround. So next one is also related to the continuous losses, whereby you look at persistent, continuous, and the amount of cash flows has been negative, and it's been continuously doing that. Next, when you say high employee attrition rate, when there's more and more people who resign from your company, or even if you can see that the company is firing people, so you know that it is not doing well. So as a worker, your turnaround strategy will be finding a new job. Okay, so turnaround strategies not only happens in organizations. You as an individuals can also try and practice this strategy in yourself. For example, as a student, if you are doing studying at night, for example, and it works well for you, then you can continue. But suddenly, you cannot focus during the night time anymore. Okay, but previously you can. So, but you see that your grades are not doing very well now. So you need to have a turnaround strategy and look back at what are the the things that you have been doing wrong and start to do some changes. Yeah. So in organizations, there is also the similar case. These are some of the indicators that will show the organizations that you need to change. Yeah. The sixth indicator will be poor quality of functional management. This is also related to the poor management in number 2. Yeah. So for example, if you can see that some leaders, they are afraid to come up with decisions. Yeah. They delay things. Okay. They like to blame others. All right. Or they just simply don't want to do anything. Okay. So that's a very poor quality of a functional management. So sometimes we need to change the management team, right? There has been a declining in market share. This is a very big indicator. Okay, for example, in the computer industry, right? Personal computer, if you can see, there's been a change in market share, whereby now a lot of, or smartphones, whereby now a lot of phones from Korea has been, or China has been increasing in terms of their market share and the quality. Yeah. Compared to the previous known brands. Yeah? So if anyone is around my age, you will be well versed in the brands like Nokia, yeah, Motorola, even Toshiba having mobile phones. Yeah. But nowadays, it's hard for you to hear this people using Motorola or even BlackBerry. Yeah, before using iPhone, I used BlackBerry. So now we cannot see anyone using that phone anymore. So these are happening to companies because maybe they do not conduct the turnaround fast enough. Yeah. And so before they were ahead in their market, but suddenly they have been declining and they don't have the correct strategy, and the strategy is not fast enough to change, to turn around the scenario. Okay. And number 8 is when you have a very uncompetitive product or services, whereby when you introduce your products and people do not like it. Okay. It's not competitive in the market. So you need to do some turnarounds. Okay. So I'm going to share you 4 inspiring stories of a turnaround and success, so that you can see that turnaround happens to even big companies and popular companies around the world. Yeah. So you can also look at these linked. Yeah, there's 11 success stories, so I've taken 4 of that to share with you. So number 1 is a famous company, the Apple company. I'm quite sure that everyone know this company. So if you have watched the Steve Jobs movie, yeah, or you have read his book, or maybe just Google about Steve Jobs, yeah, you will be aware that there have been some power struggles happening in Apple company in around the 80s, yeah, mid 80s, whereby his decisions and the top management decisions are no longer aligned, and he has a very different views in terms of the products that they are producing. Yeah, in that time, the top management is always focusing on lowering the price, the cost, and so on, to beat the competitors. Yeah, at that time was IBM and also Microsoft Windows. So when he did not, Steve Jobs did not want to change with the opinions of the top management. He left Apple, and he went to found a new company called Next Inc. Okay, and for the following 12 years, when he left, yeah, the Apple company sales continued to plummet, went down. Yeah, so it was almost reaching bankruptcy, and finally they did a turnaround, and they admit that they made a mistake, and they offered Steve Jobs to come back to Apple, and they bought Next Inc. Yeah, for 427 million US dollars. Okay, so then Apple bought Steve Jobs' new company. and he continued on working in Apple starting from 1997. And since then, Apple is one of the most well-known and valuable companies around the world, and currently ranking, maybe this data has also been changed, but from where I've taken is around 300 billion of revenue each year. So it's a very successful company, and this is all due to a turnaround that happens in 1997 when they have experienced a continuous loss for 12 years, and their innovation was not popular at that time, during that period. So when you realize that you need to do a turnaround, and you need to put aside your egos and your personal interests for the interest of the company and also the shareholders. Okay, so this is a very good example of a successful turnaround. Second one, if you are aware with the Reddit company. Okay, so this is a website for news and discussion. It is very well known in the US. Okay, and it is founded by Steve Huffman and Alexis Ohanian. So to those who love tennis, who knows the Williams sisters, Serena Williams. So Alexis Ohanian is her husband. So he is married to the Serena Williams. So they founded this company, Reddit. Okay, so when they first launched it, there's no visitors. Okay, and they need to do a turnaround, right? So what are the turnaround that they did was to create several fake accounts and conduct the fake discussions in Reddit, because Reddit is a platform or a website whereby people come in and discuss about whatever's in, something about news, or maybe about film, or maybe something about what their interests are. So they will gain profits from how many discussions or how many visitors comes to their website. Okay, so once they created several fake accounts and they created these fake discussions, and then finally people are beginning to realize, oh, this is a very good website, a very good platform. Okay, and then it became widely popular, and then they sold to a Condé Nast, for a very high sum of money. And currently, in last data is in 2018, they have 550 million active users now, and the fourth most visited website in the US and the sixth in the world. And it's a very good turnaround strategy whereby you fake it until you make it, because they started with fake accounts, they started with fake discussions, but that decision helped to turn around the company. So this strategy is not for everyone, but sometimes you have to like get the ball rolling. So this is also happening in sellers, small sellers or online sellers. Sometimes they have fake accounts to give reviews for their products. Sometimes they give free products to people for fake reviews, good reviews. Or even they will try and create some situation that will make people look at their Instagram. So I've been to this one course organized by Alibaba. The trainers came from China, and they give us all this lecturers training on how to use the platform, and they also give some tips on success stories. So a lot of the sellers online, sometimes if you realize, they will have like an Instagram account that is related to like TikTok, okay, or other things that will create this traffic, interest of young people or interest of their potential customers. So this is the way that they do it. So they create a TikTok account, or maybe an Instagram account. They share a lot of jokes or interesting thing. Maybe they are good in dancing, so they create dances. And once they have a lot of followers, then they say that, okay, now I'm selling products. Or while they are dancing, they will wear the clothes that they made themselves. So when people view their videos at first because of the dance moves or maybe the TikTok video, But then when they look at their clothes, they will be interested. Oh, where can I get these clothes? Where can I get the hats, for example? So that is a new way, an innovative way of now gaining a customer or fan base. Yeah. So that is some of the strategies that people use. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes they also use negative advertisement. Okay. They create a fake, gaduh, bergaduh di dalam online, but it's fake. Everything is fake, but they want the exposure online, yeah. And then when they gain the followers, they will sell products. Okay. So the third one that I want to share with you is Marvel. I'm quite sure that a lot of you, youngsters out there, they are familiar with this company, Marvel. So it's very popular now, producing Iron Man, Spider-Man, X-Men, and other movies. But if you don't know, all right, in the 1980s, they were facing a very serious problem, whereby they produced a movie called Howard the Duck, and it was produced by George Lucas. Okay, I'm quite sure that you know that George Lucas has produced a lot of popular movies. Okay, so those who know George Lucas, you will know what are the movies that George Lucas has produced. And then it is not doing well. So the film cost a lot of money, right? 30 million, and they only get back 15 million, right? And it was the costliest box office flops of all time. I'm not sure now if there is more other flops, but currently it is Howard the Duck. So then when the new millennium came, Marvel was able to bounce, and they merged with Toy Biz. Okay, when they merged with Toy Biz, so this is their turnaround strategy. They begin producing successful franchises, Spider-Man, X-Men, and they bought the characters. Yeah, when they bought the characters, they can sell the figures as well in toy shops. So they gain their profits from this turnaround. Okay, so finally in 2009, Disney bought Marvel for 4 billion, and since then they have been very successful with other movies like Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Black Panther, and so on. So the turnaround strategy was first merging with toy business, and then deciding to be bought by Disney. Okay, and one more that I want to share, the successful turnaround example is from Dell company. Maybe some of you are using Dell computers. So if you know that at one time, Dell is very popular in terms of selling the products straight to the consumers, whereby you can order directly from the manufacturer and they will create the PC or laptop for you, and they will send it directly to the user. Okay, but having that strategy has caused Dell a very huge loss. And finally, in 2007, Dell withdrew its direct selling strategy. They stop it and they start selling through retail outlets. This is because, in my opinion, as someone who would like to buy computers, we prefer to go and see, look at it, to test it, to touch it, and to talk to the sellers, what the computers, what is the difference, what is the uniqueness of the computer. So having retail outlets helps a lot in terms of sales, because you can see the product and you believe it, you can trust it. At that time, in the early 2000s, online business is not really a thing yet, compared to now. People are more trusting in terms of buying online stuff. But even myself, I'm still don't really trust sellers that sells technology products, because it costs a lot of money. I usually want to see it first, see it in the stores and touch it and so on, to test it. So I am not part of a customer that will buy laptops online. Okay, I'm not sure about you, but I'm quite sure that a lot of people are the same way. And also electrical products. Usually we like to see the products first. Okay, so I'm moving on to the fourth topic. Yeah, we have two more after this, I think. The fourth one is the operating turnaround strategies. So how can we turn around? So just now we discussed about when to know, okay, to turn around. What are the indicators and some success stories? And now how you can conduct it, yeah? How you can do the turnaround. So just sharing with you, I'm quite sure that a lot of you are familiar with this quote, and this is from Benjamin Franklin. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Or someone also like paraphrase it as fail to prepare is preparing to fail. Okay, so that is why planning or strategic planning is very, very important, especially when you are doing business. Okay, even if you, in your own life, some people, they are really lucky because they say, no, I don't plan for anything, but suddenly I'm a successful person. But if you read a lot of biographies or case studies on successful people, majority, they will have a very good plan on hand. Although they say they don't really plan their future, but there must be something that they are really passionate about and they go for it. Okay, when they go for it, and then whatever happens is they say, oh, I did not plan for that, but this is what happened. But if you can see, because they are pursuing something, they have a plan A in mind, but suddenly they faced other options. Yeah, so that is a turnaround for them for something bigger. Okay, so that is important. You need to have at least a plan first to go, yeah, and then you will decide, yeah, where to go next. All right, so an operation turnaround is something that turns around the problems into success through the solutions. Okay, so organization needs to decide what solution that is they need to carry out. Okay, so because solution is key before you go to success. Yeah. What are the stages that you need to carry out, yeah, for the solution to become successful? So I'm going to share with you 5 turnaround processes or the stages. Yeah? These are the stages. You need to go through one by one of the stages for organizations to make sure that their business will be profitable and return to normal. So the first one will be management of change. Second one will be situation analysis. Next is the emergency action, business restructuring, and also returning to normal. So let's look at it one by one. So first is the management of change. So it is very important that you select a CEO that will drive your company for the turnaround. Even in Malaysia, there are some CEOs, they are well known for their turnaround strategies. Yeah. Some well-known CEO that has successfully turned around Celcom, for example, our telecommunications company, or even currently is not doing very well is our Malaysian airline system, yeah, because of the current pandemic. But even before the pandemic, our MAS airlines has also experienced various challenges as well, and there's a lot of CEOs that have been hired to try and turn around the airline company. And if you can see, even Apple company, if you have read the case study of Apple, there has been various CEOs that was hired to turn around Apple, yeah. So why do we need this management change? Is because you already know that the previous CEO cannot handle the situation well anymore. Okay, maybe he or she has been doing well before, but there are other factors that has caused them to fail currently. So you need to change first of all the CEO, okay, the top person who will carry out the decisions. So who are the people that you are going that are suitable to carry out all of these changes? And usually they are candidates from outside. Yeah, it's good to get someone from the outside because they are detached. Yeah? separate from the situation inside. For example, if you bring a new CEO in, some of the strategies that you need to conduct is maybe to fire people, retrench people. Yeah, if you are from the inside, you will have to fire your friends, or maybe some of your best friends. So you will have this emotional attachment. So it's good for companies if they can find someone from outside with special set of skills to deal with the crisis and change. It is the best. Okay. So what his or her job will be is to stabilize the situation, implement the plans, and transform the company and hire other replacements. Yeah. So next, once that has been done, the second situation would be situation analysis. Okay, once you have the management change, then they have to analyze the situation. So what are the questions that that management needs to ask themselves? First of all, is the business viable? Can we still continue doing the same business? So this is also what's happened when digital photo, digital camera comes into about. What happens to Kodak, for example, or Fujifilm? So all of this, they need to question themselves. Yeah, they are very successful companies for many years. Yeah, of producing printed photos. Yeah, apa kita panggil film kan. So, but then when this new technology, new innovation comes in, is the business still viable? Do they need to change with the change of technology, or do they just stay put? So what happens is we already seen throughout the history that companies that do not want to turn around, that does not want to change, they will suffer. Yeah. So this brings to the second question: can it survive? Can you survive without changing? If you want to survive, what are the changes that you need to do? Okay. And the third one is also relevant. Should it be safe? If you still think that it is relevant, but should it be safe? Okay, maybe it is not profitable enough. Maybe it's too much effort to save a certain scenario. Yes, you will experience a lot of loss when you close something. Okay, when you decide to stop something, but you need to also calculate the losses, whether continuing it or stopping it, which one will have less loss. Okay, so in business you cannot run away from losses. It's just which one is lesser. Okay, and finally, a very important question: are there sufficient cash resources to fuel the turnaround? Yeah, some companies, if you can also read from maybe very popular case studies, yeah, for example, like companies like Enron or Lehman Brothers. Okay, they are doing something that is not ethical, that is wrong, yeah, whereby they don't have the cash and profits actually, but they record something different in their bookkeepings, yeah, to show the shareholders that they are still doing well. So for companies, you need to have a very sufficient cash resources, because if you start recording your liabilities as your assets, then something is really wrong with your company. So make sure when you want to do a turnaround, you need to have a very sufficient cash resources, okay, or liquid resources. Okay, the third one will be emergency action. So at this stage, once you have done the analysis, you go for emergency action, whereby you need to stop the cash bleed. Okay, this is why retrenchment happens. You need to fire people, or voluntary separation schemes and so on. This is an emergency action because you want to limit the bleeding of cash, or the flow of cash flow that is not bringing in profit. Okay, so you have to centralize the cash management function to ensure that all the business that you are conducting will raise profit, will raise cash immediately. Okay, when you are having a very when you're experiencing a very what do you say, situation, yeah, very emergency situation, stopping things that are wasteful is the key. So even us, yeah, in the university, quite sure also similarly in Indonesia, we during this pandemic, there's a lot of things that we need to stop doing for a while. Yeah, for example, to have a very big events, for example, even convocation, we need to stop a bit because of the pandemic is one thing, and because also cash is very hard nowadays. Yeah, even universities now, we are the government universities, public university, but we still now have to find money, resources, to help the university because of the current situation. So that is why we need to stop the activities that will bleed the cash, that is wasteful, for a time being. Yeah, after everything has become normal, then we can try and slowly do all the other activities as well. It's not that big activities is not useful. It's useful because you have to also understand that branding, image that comes in with a university, for example, convocation, although it costs a lot of money, but the event is very memorable. It's something that all of the people who ventures into higher learning will dream of. They want to come to their own convocation or a graduation ceremony. Okay, but the current situation, we need to do a very efficiently, okay, in terms of managing the resources. Okay, the fourth one is doing some restructuring in the business. So once you already gone through the 3 stages, organizations need to also restructure their business to ensure efficiency, cost savings, and also productivity, right? So at this stage, the objective is to create profitability through remaining the operations. So as mentioned earlier, my example on, cutting on activities that may seem a bit wasteful currently, because you have other things that are more high in priority. Okay, so focus on your product line pricing, your profitability, restructure the business so that you will increase the return on assets, so investments. Okay, so the key point here is in this business restructuring is to increase back the cash flow. All right. So finally, before we go to the next topic, is in the operational turnaround is once you already gone through all the 4 stages, then it is time for the company to return to normal. So I'm quite sure that currently around the world, globally, all of companies are currently facing turnarounds, are either planning for turnarounds or strategizing for turnarounds, or they are currently in the process of doing a turnaround because of the pandemic, because of the current economic situation. So once they have gone through all of these 4 stages, then it is time for companies to do their operations and try to return to normal. Okay, emphasize on profitability, ROI, and so on. Okay, so next topic we will look into, this is the final topic, we will look into the marketing strategies. Okay, so marketing strategies that will win back the market. So it is very beautiful how this your lecturer, your strategic management lecturer has designed.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can we take the question first, or can we keep going? It's up to you.
Oh, okay. I think it's best if I just complete the list first. Okay.
Okay. Please. Thank you.
Okay. So just a few more slides. Hopefully you can bear with me. So it's good that how you have designed the topic. So once you have already the organizations has come to normal, once they do the turnaround, then what are the marketing strategies that can win back the market? So I'll share with you what marketing strategy is actually. So this is from a quote from Mark Zuckerberg, a very popular practitioner of marketing and digital marketing and so on. So he says that marketing strategy is where we play and how we win in the market, and tactics are how we then deliver on the strategy and execute for success. Okay, so it's good to have a marketing strategy, but strategies will not be successful if it's not done or executed properly. Okay, so there are 8 ways to improve the corporate marketing strategies. Okay, So you can see here, alleviate pain, focus on customers, be unique, know your brand, be intentional with your brand's voice, provide great customer service, have social media presence, and write a blog. So although you are a company, a big company, if you can see now the trend now, even brands have their own Instagram account, have their own Facebook accounts, and they also have like blogs written by maybe their employees or their customers, or okay, or even their management teams, yeah, because this is the way forward, and this is the current scenario of today's world, yeah. So the first one is how you alleviate their pain points. So usually your products, okay, how if you want to market a very good products, you must be able to highlight that how your products can solve solve customers' problems. Yeah? A very good example of products or services is Gojek. Yeah, in Indonesia it's called Gojek, Malaysia is called Grab, and so on. Yeah, whereby there's a lot of problems faced by people when they want to go from point A to point B. So having only relying on public transportation, or before this we ride taxis, yeah, there's a lot of struggles or challenges that customers face. In Malaysia, the most popular challenge when you want to ride a taxi before this was some of the taxi drivers does not want to bring you to the place because of the traffic jam or macet, right? So they will say, no, I'm not going there. So this causes pain points for the customers. They want to go somewhere, but the taxi will not take them. And if they wait for the bus, it is not reliable, and maybe it's not safe, or not fast enough, not comfortable enough. So Grab and Gojek is introduced to alleviate these pain points, yeah, whereby customers can log into their application, they will key in where they want to go, and if someone is going that way, they can take you there, and you as a customer, you can see the people who are going to bring you there, whether or not they have good reviews, their backgrounds, and so on. And even the drivers themselves now, they can also view the customers, okay, background, for example, okay. So as a very good company, you need to make sure that you can highlight that how can you alleviate the pain points of the customers and turning their pains into gains, okay? So if you are familiar with value proposition canvas, value proposition canvas, this is how you change customer pain into gains, right? So the second one is to focus on your customer. So it is a very popular notion that you always want to know the review of your customers. So how you want to do this is through customer satisfaction survey, and you need to be able to as possible to gain their honest reviews, so that you can improve yourself, okay? So don't be afraid to get negative reviews at first. It is very useful for you to improve your company, right? Number 3 is be unique. Okay, you must be able to highlight the uniqueness. In the world, there are millions and billions of products, okay? From simple products like pencils, or even your mobile phone, okay? Maybe you want to buy your clothes, okay? But what makes a customer buy your product is because of your uniqueness. And who else needs to highlight the uniqueness is the company themselves. So as a company, when you want to introduce your product, you need to be able to know yourself what is the uniqueness of your product. What do you offer that other competitors don't? So if you yourself don't know, okay, then how will you be able to sell it to your customers? So as a company, you need to be very well aware of your uniqueness, okay? And this is related to knowing your brand. You must also know your brand in terms of what is the idea behind this brand? What is the profile of this brand? Do you support, for example, green technology? Do you support working moms? Do you support single mothers? Or do you support other charities? Or what are the things that your brand wants to bring forward? Okay, maybe a healthy lifestyle or so on. Okay, so customers like to make their decisions in terms of purchasing their products based on customers or brands that are aligned or similar with their own lifestyles, their own needs or their own beliefs. Yeah, so it is very important for organizations to not just sell your products, but nowadays we are saying that you are selling a lifestyle. Okay, this is also what is happening in the entertainment industry, whereby your artists, yeah, maybe the actors, actresses, or the singers, now they have their Instagram account and they show their lifestyles. Okay, they try to gain gain their fans through sharing their lifestyles and their interests with their fans. Okay, so next is, okay, I would like to share something. Maybe you are already aware. So your own minister, yeah, Minister of Education and Culture also say that anyone can steal your idea, but no one can steal your execution. So this is why the uniqueness is so important. Okay, so Gojek in Indonesia and Grab in Malaysia. So Gojek is unique because it is with motorcycle, and Grab in Malaysia is different. So it is the same idea, but it has a very unique way of executing. Okay, so be intentional with your brand voice. So anything that you voice out there, your management, for example, if you go to the news or you were interviewed by reporters, anything that you do is actually must be planned. Yeah, that is why sometimes when you see all these artists doing charity work and doing other activities, is actually intentional. They plan for this because they know how to tap the market. So this is also how organizations should also think. Yeah, if you support a certain charity, there must be an intention for that. Yeah, a reason for that. Okay, so the next one is provide great customer service. So it is really high importance that you need to be able to provide great customer service, because this will lead to customer loyalty and customer retention. Okay, and this will bring profit back to the company. Okay, the final two will be having social media presence. As I've mentioned, a lot of big brands, they all have their own IG accounts now. If you like products, you can Google in your Instagram, for example, to look at their formal fan page or customer page. Okay, and you can see how they promote their products and sometimes what are the causes or charities that they support. Okay, what are the new products that are coming out. Okay, sometimes they will have a meet and greet with their fans, with their customers, and so on. So this is an important strategy in marketing nowadays, because people are being online nearly 6 hours or more than 6 hours a day on average, and there are billions of people who are having social media accounts and are actively online. Okay, and finally, write a blog. Even in the food industry, when you want to find out recipes, for example, you will come across blogs of people or chefs writing about their experience on that particular recipe, because people want to get to know histories behind certain recipe, tips and tricks. Okay, and when you write more compared to just giving the recipes without the tips and tricks, so sometimes it will not turn out the way you intend it to be. So having a blog, something will give a more meaningful or bigger picture of the situation or the product that you want to buy. Okay, so the experience is very important nowadays. Okay, So just final few slides, some tools that companies can help to assist them. I'm quite sure that you are aware of this. We have the marketing campaign, model canvas. We also have this business model canvas, and the ones I've mentioned, value proposition canvas, whereby we change the customer pains into gains. Okay, so these are only some tools that also can help you yourself as a student, okay? Or if you have your own small business, you can also use all these tools to help you to enhance your sales, yeah, online. So as a conclusion, I'll just leave you with Steve Jobs' quote, yeah, on customer loyalty. Get closer than ever to your customers, so close that you will tell them, yeah, what they need well before they realize it themselves. So Steve Jobs is unique this way, yeah. He believes that producing products that other people don't know yet that they need. Okay, so when you tell them you need this product, and once they use it, they say, yes, I cannot stop from using it. So basically, a successful turnaround will be successful. Yeah, a turnaround will be successful when it is conducted properly, it is carried out properly, and marketing is an important way of communication in terms of the organization and the customers, so that you will gain the trust of your customers. Okay, so I have one activity to do with you all, but I think maybe can we have some questions first?
Okay. Thank you, thank you, Mrs. Jaini.
Okay.
Thank you so much for a very informative and interesting lecture today.
Thank you.
And we have learned a lot of things about the common problem faced by corporates, like uncertainty situations, globalization, innovation, government policy, regulation, and etc. And we have also learned about strategy turnaround, and then operating turnaround, and the last thing is about the marketing strategy. Now we have some question from the students. Maybe you can read it also.
Okay.
Maybe I'm going to read it from Mrs. Balkis Dewi, her names. She asked about what happened if the company doesn't have a strategy.
Okay. Thank you so much, Balkis. So I think I've mentioned it a bit in the beginning of my presentation. So it is very important for a company to have a strategy. So I don't know what will happen to the company if they don't have a strategy, but I'm quite sure that they will be experiencing a loss. Okay, why you need a strategy is because when you face challenges, you know what to do. Okay, although you plan the strategy, sometimes the strategy will not give you a straight 100% answer. But if you have a strategy, and when you face challenges, then you know what to do. Compared to if you don't have a strategy, then something happens, okay, then you will take time to create or to find the answer. This is what happens during the pandemic. Yeah, we already all the education, higher education already have online system platform ready. Whether we use it or we don't use it is another situation. But we know that online platform is something that we can fall back into if something happens. So suddenly the COVID pandemic happens, and Alhamdulillah, we have a backup strategy. So imagine if universities are just starting to create online tools when the pandemic happens, so it will be very apa kita kata tu bahayalah kan, kita baru nak fikirkan bagaimana nak selesai. So in my opinion, company will fail if they don't have a strategy. So hopefully that answers, Balkis.
Yeah, hopefully that's very clear. The second question is from the Emerald students. Okay. This is a little bit far from here, from Muhammadiyah University of Sidoarjo. This is from the middle of Java.
I see.
Yeah, he has a question that I have permission to ask what is the strategy to determine the most optimal price so that it can be accepted by the market, especially now during the pandemic COVID-19, in order not to declining market share.
Okay, so this is a actually a very structured question. That means you need to have another class just on the pricing strategy. But if you Google, there's a lot of pricing strategy, market-based strategy, market-based pricing strategies. If it can help you, sometimes you, first of all, you can always look at your competitors. So us as lecturers also, we are encouraged, because my faculty, we are the technopreneurship faculty. So we encourage the lecturers to, try and do some small businesses on the side, just to practice ourselves before we teach the students. Okay. So a very simple marketing strategy that I myself have used for my own products, simple products, not really popular products, is to look at the competitors. How much are they selling? Okay, for example, that is one. And also you can look at product demands. If you know that you are going to get a lot of orders, okay, you can predict first. Maybe you do a survey, look at how many people will want to buy a certain product. If you are baking, for example, you are doing something food, so you can take orders first, and then you can see how what's the pricing, suitable pricing, because you can play with the cost when there's a lot of quantity involved. Another way is to look at the life cycle of the products. So if you can see technology products is higher priced. Why? Because number one is because of the cost involved in producing the high technology products. If you look at handphones, it's hard for you to find ringgit Malaysia 100 ringgit of smartphone. I don't think you can find a new smartphone. Kalau 100 ringgit Malaysia tu berapa kali 3,000 jadi berapa tu? 300,000 lebih kurang kan. So tak jumpa lah harga yang sebegitu. Why? Because there's a lot of cost involved when you want to do innovation, you want to create the technology and so on. And people will buy phones. Usually, I'm not sure youngsters, if myself, paling cepat pun saya akan tukar telefon mungkin 2 tahun ke atas. Okay, so the life cycle of the product is quite long, and if you have that type of product, so you have to consider a higher price because of the involvement of the resources to produce that product, and also people don't buy it frequently. Kalau kita tengok peti sejuk, kalau di bahasa Indonesia ni apa yang kita simpan makanan semua tu kita beli pun mungkin sekali seumur hidup kan, 10-20 tahun. So harganya memang perlu tinggi. Selain pada itu, other pricing strategy can be sensitive to the customers. So for example, if I'm selling a same product to students compared to those who are working, maybe I need to repackage it differently, although it's the same product, but have a different pricing strategy. So the list goes on, and I'm quite sure, I hope that you will read this more, and there will be maybe a specific lecture on pricing strategy, but these are some of the examples that you can use. Hopefully it will be helpful to Emerald.
Okay, thank you. There's another question from the Alivia. He has a question that, does the turnaround strategy require a leader who is a dictator? Okay. Because in the turnaround strategy, there must be a culture shock given the leadership design modifications.
Oh, very good question, Alivia. So maybe we mellow down a bit the dictator part. Maybe we want someone who is firm, a firm leader. So a dictator is very negative word, but it's okay. Maybe it's the same meaning. So in my opinion, maybe not a dictator, but someone who is very firm with their decision. But firm and flexible. This is just my opinion. You can also read more on this topic, because there's a lot of other opinions, other theories on leadership. Sometimes the current scenario, there is a very high challenge of being a leader to the Gen Y and Gen Z, because you have a very different thinking or mindset compared to Gen X and the others. So when you are a leader, you need to always be firm and also be flexible. Why flexible is because you need to look at your target employee. Who are you talking to? If you are talking to someone who is more older, higher wisdom, more experienced than you, however you are their boss, you cannot use the same approach as talking to someone who is younger or less experienced. Yeah, so that is why you need to be flexible, but you need to be firm to get the point across. So as a leader, there is challenges of other people testing, yeah, your leadership, because they say, oh, let's test whether or not this leader is firm or not with his decision. Can we try and manipulate the leader? So that is why, yeah, you need someone who has a lot of experience, like I've mentioned in my slides. Yeah, when you hire a particular CEO specifically to do the turnaround, you need to have this criteria. They must be firm. There must be someone who has a lot of experience, someone who is flexible, and someone who knows what they are doing, because turnaround is a very hard thing to do. And of course there will be culture shocks, and of course there will be people who are not happy with the decision. So that is why a corporate strategy is very important, because they also need to design what happens to the people that they fire. Yeah, sometimes they give some money for them to start over, or sometimes they give a share in the company, or so on. Okay, hopefully that answers your question.
Okay, thank you. Before we continue, ma'ams, I'm going to the one thing that you just very interesting me, that you just mentioned that you prefer when to buy something, go directly to store, not go online.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's very interesting for me, because when we do for like right now is we have the pandemic 19, okay, and then also we have the I think to the future, mostly we're going to go through online. So how you come up like that? You prefer to go to store?
Oh, okay. But that is actually just referring to technology stuff, technology products. But I do a lot of online shopping. Just yesterday, I have 5 packages sent to my home. So I do a lot of online shopping, but when it comes to technology products, computer, laptops, handphone, I prefer to go to the shop, because I don't believe in online online stores. And I have a bad experience actually. So because I bought something from, we call here in Malaysia is mudah.com. It's actually buying second-hand laptops or second-hand goods. So I bought a laptop around 400 ringgit Malaysia, and the person just vanished. After I've paid it and something happened, he did not reply my messages, and I did not get my computer. Although it's not really a big amount, but because of the experience, I think I prefer that certain value or certain price of product, I want to go to the shops. But other products that I know that I can trust the seller, and I've looked at the reviews, and maybe the brand is something that I trust, I'll buy online. I do buy a lot of online stuff. Just the things that are expensive, I prefer to look at it first.
Okay, now I know that reason. Okay, we next another question from Rega. His question is, in carrying out of strategic turnaround, we must change our management style. So in your opinions, how do we get through the culture shock in this change? And what should we do to focus on the new strategy so that we do not go back to the old strategy again?
Oh, this very good question, Rega, and very hard one to answer. So even myself, my own experience as a dean, we also face this situation whereby when we become the new dean, okay, the old culture is still there. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So as a new leader, you need to first of all conduct some analysis, look at it, which culture can we continue, and which one you say, let's put a stop to this. Maybe it has worked before, but now you have a new boss and I have a new objective that we need to achieve. So some things we need to stop. Okay. So to make sure that we do not go back to the old culture is really hard to determine, okay? Because in anything, managing human is the most complicated things. So, we are here in UTEM, whereby our university is, the main fields are engineering and technology. And we are the only faculty that is doing management. So usually when we talk to engineers, it's very different because they deal with technical things, they deal with machineries. So a lot of their decisions only relies on the thing that don't talk back to them, okay? So when we are dealing with humans, so you need to gain knowledge a lot, you need to read a lot, you need to understand your people, okay? Some good strategies, I don't know how to answer your question, but I just maybe from experience and from my readings, yeah? Some you can use very firm decisions. Okay, some CEOs or maybe managers, they say, if you don't do this, you will lose your job. If you don't do this, we will cut your pay. Yeah, some things you can enforce people to do, but some things you need to use like softness. You need to be their friend. You need to gain their trust. Okay, and some people you need to become your allies. Okay. Maybe you want some information from the people, yeah. So then you have other strategies to get that, to make them trust you. So there is no one. In my opinion, there is no one foolproof strategy. You have to have a mixture depending on your group of people that you are managing, and you need to also trial and error. Sometimes it works previously with other organizations. So if you are new to this organization, sometimes the old strategy does not work. So in my opinion, is to understand the people around you and to communicate a lot. So communication is very important. So when you want to do changes, you have to communicate to them and to be empathy, yeah, to empathize with them. Why we need to change. I know it is hard for you. I know it is stressful. I am also feeling the stress, but we need to do this because this and this and this. So once they understand, inshallah lah, usually they will do it. Okay, so no 100% question, but hopefully that will help give some clarification.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Next question is from Jaka.
Yeah.
As we know, the COVID-19 pandemics and also the current competitive competition greatly affects the current market situation. And my question is how the role of student is needed in supporting the implementation of the turnaround strategy in a situation like this.
Oh, very good questions, you guys. So Jaka, thank you so much for your question. So there's a lot of answers that I can, opinions that I can give you, but one close to my heart is just last week, I also did one international lecture with Muhammadiyah, Muhammadiyah Magelang, and I shared with them one model that I developed with my teams based on our research. It is called Creating Future Technopreneurs, the AEIOU approach, whereby we are still doing this research because it's a continuous thing. We want to encourage graduates to become entrepreneurs once they graduate. Okay, more and more job creators compared to job seekers. So as students, I think one, not just one, but this is one of the things that you can maybe help to do a turnaround for your country and also for your current economy is when you graduate, you become entrepreneurs. Because when you open up your own businesses, okay, you will create more job opportunities and you don't rely on only government support or don't rely on industries to give you your job. You create your own jobs, you create more innovation, create products for customers, you enhance the community surrounding you, you create job opportunities for your friends as well. Okay, so maybe that's one of the turnaround strategies that you can think of, how you can become job creators compared to job seekers once you graduate. Okay, maybe that will...
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Okay, we go to another question. This is from Sinta.
Okay.
And her question is, what is the process to help organization identify what they want to achieve and how companies should achieve maximum result?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sinta. So I think in my slide, there's some answer to that. Is the turnaround strategy, hold on, what did I do? Turnaround strategy stages. I think the 5 stages. Maybe that can help you to answer this question because there are some stages that you need to follow through. First of all, you need to do some analysis on what your organization needs to conduct, and then you need to decide on what strategies that you need to carry out. But the first one is the most important for the ones that I shared is to change the CEO, because you know that the current boss could not handle it anymore. Sometimes it happens that the loss happens not because of the boss, but because of the situation like we are facing right now. You have to be able to differentiate whether the losses happens because of the boss or because of the scenario. So whether or not the boss can handle this scenario or not is another thing. So sometimes the boss is a good person, but when a very new challenge comes in, he or she could not face it. So he or she must retire and make way for someone new. Okay, this always happens in Japanese companies. Yeah, Japanese companies, when they know that they cannot handle, they will retire and they will make way for new bosses so that they can help. So to answer your questions, you can look back at the slide in the operational turnaround stages. There are 5 stages, and hopefully that companies that use that stages will achieve the results that they want. Okay,
thank you. This is another question from Tiffany.
Okay.
This is from student from Surabaya also. This is second student from Surabaya. And I want to ask about the Google Ads. It is a word marketing strategy?
Yes, thank you, Tiffany. Yes, it is a very useful marketing strategy. I did not dwell on the types of tools on the marketing strategy. So from my slides, I just mentioned on social media and also blogs. Yeah, but there are a lot of other digital marketing tools that you can use. Yeah, and you can also, as a student, go for free courses. I think there's a lot out there. Try to find out if they are free, and I am quite sure that your university and Ministry of Education also sometimes offer these short courses on digital marketing, because this is the current trend now. So in Malaysia as well, we in UTEM, we conduct a lot of courses on short courses, maybe 2-3 hours courses on digital marketing, on SEO, search engine optimization, on how to create your own Lazada account, how to use Facebook ads, how to use Google ads, and so on. So this will help students if they decide they want to become entrepreneurs, and if one day they go to work in other industries, they can help the organizations to boost their marketing strategies as well. So yes, Tiffany, the answer is yes, and thank you for the question.
Okay, the last question, maybe not the last. This is from this from Felix. I want to ask the question, if we are chosen as a leader, oh, excuse me, this is from Nisrina.
Okay.
Nisrina first, okay. Due to lack of experience, fear and failure, and feeling of hopelessness, that they are greatly influence decision-making by the business owner. How do the business owner maintain a healthy mindset during the pandemics?
Oh, thank you, Nisrina. Good question. And very hard to answer as well. Okay, I think as a human being, everyone experiences this. Yeah, even the person that is very confident in your eyes, if you ask them and if they trust you enough, they will tell you that they also have fear of failure, that they also have feelings of hopelessness, and so on. Yeah, so everyone experience this. So how do they maintain a healthy mindset? You know, there's a lot of views that I can share with you. So one is, of course, you yourself must always think positive. Okay, there must be something positive that can happen, even though you feel that this is the worst thing that happens to you. It's very hard to get to that stage. Yeah, but in my opinion, first of all, in my own experience, is to be in a group of people to that has gone through the same thing. Okay, I can maybe give example when I was doing my PhD, yeah, or during my studies, yeah. We feel that it's really hard because PhD studies is you do it alone, yeah, you do it yourself, you don't have friends to go to class with, okay, is basically you and your supervisor, okay. So it's really easy to get to feel lonely, to feel hopeless, to feel like you are going to fail, okay. But what I did was I involved myself in a PhD group in the Facebook, okay, called PhD postgrad group, doctorate group, okay. So this group of people comes from all around the world. They are doing PhD as well. So when I read on their comments, read on their experiences, then I feel that I'm not alone. Other people are also experiencing the same situation like myself, and sometimes they have gone through and already successfully solve their problems. So from their experience, I will maybe take the ones that is suitable for me. Or if I don't find any solution, just sharing my situation will help a lot. So one is don't afraid to ask questions as well. Okay, ask questions to people you trust. Okay, or maybe read a lot. Okay, find readings, books, or maybe from the internet how to have a healthy mindset. Talk to people. If you cannot talk to people face to face, there's always an online platform nowadays. So healthy mindset is a very important thing. So if you feel that you are starting to become depressed or stressed, please find help. Okay, going to counseling is not a bad thing. It's a good thing because you are doing something for yourself. Okay,
thank you.
Right.
This the last question is from Felix.
All right.
It looked like his experience could be
right.
this question. If we are chosen as a leader of a group but still lack of experience, what should we do to lead our group to reach the goals?
Okay, thank you so much. This is very similar to my life story. Since I am studying, people usually will pick me as a leader, although I'm not experienced. I'm the same as them. Even now, I am a dean to other people who are much older than me, a lot more experienced than me. So I don't know if it's risky or is it something that, you know, a challenge. But there's one thing that from the example that I've given you, if you read about Reddit, fake it until you make it. Okay, sometimes that I use that myself. Just show that we are confident. That just show that, oh, it's okay. I know this. Okay, just give me 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I will come up with a solution. Actually, I don't even know what the solution is. Okay, but you have to be confident because people have faith in you. People has chosen you as their leader. You cannot show them your fear early on, okay? But sometimes it's okay to share, to say that you don't know. Okay, I don't have any idea for this question. Can we together find out the answer? Okay, so as a leader, you can do a lot of approaches. You can use a lot of approaches. You can fake it, for example. If everyone is already stressed, if you become stressed with them as well, then it will not help the situation. So maybe at that situation, you need to maybe just fake it a little bit, give their motivation, and then solve the problems. But in some situation, you can also ask their opinions back. That is what we call questioning skills. Yeah, you need to say, okay, I think that we should do this way, but what about you? What do you think? Is it a good answer? Maybe you can ask back your teammates. Yeah. So maybe you can read some tips and tricks on leadership or case studies previous on famous leaders. Yeah, a lot of them also have similar experiences whereby a lot of them read a lot to gain knowledge, read from experience, ask other people with experience, or even ask opinions from their subordinates or their teammates. So hopefully will help you with your leadership, Felix. All the best.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Juhaini. Assume we don't have any question yet.
Yeah.
So are you going to add more, or is it okay with you?
Can we do like a small activity?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Hold on, yeah. Can we play Kahoot? Are you familiar with Kahoot?
Kahoot?
Kahoot, yeah, hold on, yeah.
Yeah, maybe let's see. Let's see.
Okay, let me share my screen first.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see my slide?
Yeah.
Okay, so if everyone, you are using, you have your mobile phone with you, so can you go to kahoot.it and then enter, you will find something like on the right hand side, something like this, and enter the game pin. I will give you the game pin later on, but you go to kahoot.it first, so that we will do a very short quiz, okay, 5 questions, just to look at who give their, who really follows the class just now. So I think only up to 50 can enter. So to those who could not enter, maybe you just have a look at it first. And then later on, I can share you the link and you can play with your other friends. Yeah? Okay, so are you in kahoot.it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So I will. Okay, this is the game pin 4575650. So please key in the game pin and key in your nickname or your name. You can put in your real name if you want, or you can key in your nickname. Okay, so we can see who will win the competition. Yeah, I'll give you.
Sorry, Professor.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I cannot say the game pin. No, I got.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll wait until let's see. How many of you here?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Iwan is my name.
Okay. Oh, sorry. The salah click. Okay. Let's wait until how many of you have entered? Maybe we'll give 5 minutes. 5 minutes to everyone. Anyone else joining? Or can we start?
Yeah, I think that's all.
Yes, Miss.
You want to start? Okay, let's start with 18, yeah?
Okay.
All right, someone just entered. Okay, let's start. So please look at your phone to press the answer, okay? The question is on the screen, but you have to click the answer from your phone. So let's have a trial question first. Okay, some answered incorrectly. So if you are correct, so let's go next. So you know how to answer this now. Okay, congratulations, Ocha, first place. So this is the question. Okay, 11 correct. Let's look who's the top now. So Nina is on top now. So let's look at the the next question. Okay, good. A lot of you got the right answer. Okay, Nina is still on top. Okay, please read carefully, true or false. Okay, good. Wow, Nina is still on top. Next. Second last question. Do you remember the case study just now? Which company? Okay, it was Dell, yeah?
Yeah.
Dell. Okay. Oh, now Ocha in the lead.
Ocha.
Okay, last question. Maybe Nina wants to get back to the lead. Satu orang je salah. So let's see who won. Third place. Felix, congratulations. Second place, Nina.
Nina.
Wow,
Ocha.
congratulations, Ocha. Okay, so thank you so much for playing the game. I wish I can give you prizes. So you can also use this in your presentation, maybe for the students. At the end of the presentation, maybe you can do Kahoot quiz to see whether your presentation is, people are paying attention. So thank you so much. Okay, that's all from me. I don't think I have anything.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ms. Juhaini. Thank you so much. And before we return this to Ibu Cahyani, finally, we come to the end of our lecture. Today is very interesting. We would like to say thanks again to Mrs. Juhaini for the informative and interesting talk, and to audience also for active participants. Hopefully this lecture will be beneficial for everybody. Thank you for your attention. Until next time, take care. I will see you. We can't wait to see you again on the 12th January, Ms. Juhaini.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. And I'm happy to share my slide. Where can I share it? Maybe I'll share it to Dr. Fazli and he can share it to you guys. Yeah?
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Please, Mr. Cahyani.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Juhairi and Pak Miswan. Thank you so much for this our first class, our first meeting. We will see you again tomorrow. Yeah, and then in strategic management, we will see you again at 12th January. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, doctor, and don't forget to fill the presence list, attendance list, and then for 5 best answer, I will give you some souvenirs.
Oh, maybe you can give Ocha as well.
Okay, yeah, Ocha as well. Okay, and Ocha too. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Suhairi and Pak Miswan. I will close this class. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and see you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.